Well, good morning. This is Plant Smart Living with Farmer Fred. Really glad you could join me today out here in the vegetable garden. It's a beautiful day today here in Pennsylvania. It's a nice overcast, cool day, you know, and you don't have that hot sun beating down on these young, immature plants, you know. So I love a couple days of cloudy days and some nice light rain. But today I wanted to answer some questions. I always enjoy when subscribers ask me questions. And Danielle Grandpa asked a good question. Do you use Epsom salt in any of your garden planting? And so that's a great question. I hope to do my best to answer it. So thanks for joining me today out here in the vegetable garden. You know, sometimes I visit some gardening groups, and one thing I constantly see posts from people is using Epsom salts in your garden. You know, and you know, these manufacturers are always trying to sell their products. There's a lot of confusing information out there in the garden world, you know, enough to drive you crazy. But anyhow, I've never used Epsom salt in my garden. You do have to be careful adding any kind of minerals to your soil. You know, the question would be, am I first lacking minerals in my soil? Do I really need to add Epsom salt? You know, otherwise you could be giving your soil an overdose of certain minerals, which isn't good for your plant either. You know, the best thing to do really, and I recommend for gardeners, is maybe every 3 years or so, get a soil test for your garden. You know, check the minerals and the nutrients in your soil. And that way you can test to see if your soil really needs anything added to it. But all I do for my garden, and again I get a wonderful harvest, is I add my composted leaf mulch that I amend with topsoil. And I have it amended with topsoil because it adds minerals to the soil. And then I add my compost leaf mulch that I get from Barnside Farms. I get anywhere from 5 to 10 yards of that every year, and I top my beds off with that, and the plants just flourish there. But anyhow, you know, I would suggest you do some research on the internet as far as if you were going to add Epsom salt to your garden. That would be the best thing to do, but I personally wouldn't recommend it. So anyhow, I hope this answers your question, and if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the section below. And you can also visit us at plantsmartliving.com. And there you can learn more about gardening and also how you can reclaim your health by adopting a whole food, plant-based lifestyle. Well, it looks like it's starting to rain out here, so thanks for joining me today. So until next time, this is Plant Smart Living with Farmer Fred.